Hi there, this is Mike Finero, President and CEO of the Rainmakers Consulting Group. I've spoken many times and been working in the franchise industry for many years, placing people with some of our wonderful franchise clients. And someone asked me the other day, what do I do in the event that I'm ready to retire or perhaps have a need or a desire to sell my franchise business? And I thought I'd just take a few minutes and kind of outline a few of the steps necessary, some of the things that you should be thinking about if you're preparing yourself for a resale of your franchise business. Um, Step one is to absolutely find yourself a reputable broker who understands the franchise industry. Most business brokers on a localized level do not understand the nuances and the intricacies and the regulatory issues involved in the franchise industry. And there are many times I get calls from folks thinking they have a closing schedule for their franchise business, only to find out that the franchisor was never involved in the process, and it just gets ugly from that point. So make sure that if you use a broker, it's highly recommended that you do that. That the individual that you interview or the individuals that you do interview for that have a thorough understanding and access to the franchise system, so that they'll be able to work closely with the franchisor on your resale. Number two is to make sure that you have a proper valuation done for the business, and to make sure that the valuation lines up and syncs well with the expectations that you have as a potential seller of your franchise business. Valuations can be tricky, and there are a lot of considerations to take into place with preparing a valuation for a franchise business, including obviously the profit or not of the business, the maturity, how long you've owned that territory, the strength of the franchisor, growth or decline of the industry, the terms of your lease. There are many, many things that come into the valuation. And if you have a professional valuation done by either a registered franchise broker or somebody with the skills necessary to do a proper valuation, make sure that that valuation takes into consideration the transfer fees and many other considerations. But more importantly, it has to be in line with what your expectations are as a seller. Things that go on the market that are overpriced just don't sell, quite honestly. We have very sophisticated buyers out there. They know the metrics and the profiles of what they're looking for, and if things are overpriced, they tend to not sell. The third thing that I wanted to share with you is make sure that the franchisor is aware of your need or desire to sell your franchise business. It's very important that they're part of this team put together to help you facilitate the sale of your franchise business. Now, understand that franchise development folks and most of the franchisors that I work are focused on growth. So, resales is not a high priority in their world, and that's not meant to be derogatory. It's just the nature of the environment that they operate in. They get scored and counted for developing new territories. So it's another reason why you want to have a solid franchise broker working with you to be your feet on the street to make sure that the everything is done correctly. So that's just a couple of brief steps. There's certainly a lot more to it. I've been at this for over 40 years. I've owned 23 of my own companies. I've bought and sold businesses most of my adult life. So if I could ever be a resource to you, please contact me, Mike Finero, at 386-847-4226. My email is mike@therainmakersconsulting.com. I look forward to helping you in any way I can. Best of luck.